All right, we begin here in Nigeria. According to the foreign debt service payments reported by the Debt Management Office, that's the DMO, federal government paid about $62.6 million servicing debts related to railways in the first quarter of 2023. The Nigeria Railway Modernization Project, that's the Kaduna section. Let's look at the breakdown of how that came about. Taking in about 23.1 million between January and March. The Lagos-Ibadan section of the Nigeria Railway Modernization Project taking in about $15.4 million, and the Abuja Light Rail Project about $24 million total. So let's talk about this with Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu, who joins us to kick off the new week. Chika, you're very welcome. Good morning.
Hi, Rotus. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Good to have you in, sir. Well, you've talked a lot about debts, and here we have another number.
I mean, the issue, let me look at the pleasant side.
Yeah.
The good side, and then the issues we have been clamoring about in Nigeria and debt management. Now, the railways, you don't look at them on the face of it. Apart from the legacy construction costs, jobs that they put on the table when it's been done. Railways also, of course, support the supply chain, movement of people, allow you to have predictable times in your journeys. And then the other thing that happens, the Railway Association has found out that the research they've done, that as at 2020, for every £1 that was invested on railway, the greater economy gets about 2.2 pounds.
Yeah.
So you can see them in multiples of that. So the advantages of having railway. Now, I will share with you also some live experience of me, and I've done the Idu Kaduna railway, and I have done the Lagos Ibadan, Abeokuta Ibadan railway too. I've done that about 2 times.
Yeah.
And I used to do Ibadan using the airline, the air travel. I know the time it takes to go to the airport, and then all the stress. But if you get to Murtala Muhammed Way in Yaba, board the train by 8 o'clock, I think 7 or 8 o'clock, in 2 hours in Ibadan.
Okay.
So a lot of advantages have come with that railway line.
Yeah.
Now, the same thing with the Kaduna one also. I remember when I did it the first time, I took the pictures and sent to my kids, who are used to all this Yibo train, and they were asking me, are you in London or stuff? I said, no, I'm in Nigeria.
Okay.
And so good things have happened in the railway side. I must put it out there.
Yeah.
But the issue has always been that a lot of debt have been spent, in executing these railway lines.
Yeah.
And how do we pay these debts? And that's where the report comes into play. Now, just as an analyst, it's not surprising that the number of people who use the railway in 2021 were higher than that in 2022.
Yeah.
You know what happened in the Kaduna, with the bandits and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So security became a major issue. So the number of goods, tonnage of goods carried, number of passengers carried, fell dramatically.
Yeah.
From about 2.4 billion in revenues in 2021, I think came to about 7 or something in 2022. That's not surprising. So that happened in Kaduna, Abuja Kaduna Expressway, railway line, affected the patronage also for the Ibadan one.
Yeah.
So one major issue has to do with solving the security challenges.
Yes.
And it affected that. Now, the other major issue, the thing I found there was this, is the pricing.
Yep.
It's the pricing. We all know that there's a social element in the provision of railway services. But I do believe also that the railway services in Nigeria can be priced in such a way that they, at least at the minimum, recover the cost of operation with some reserves towards paying off these loans.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you why I'm saying this. The day that I did the Abuja Kaduna one, they had, I think, 2 classes. The business of first class and the economy class.
Yeah.
And the business side had literally who is who in Nigeria, and were paying very paltry, ticket prices.
Yeah.
compared to what you would have done if the stress of doing that Abuja Kaduna Expressway.
Right.
The day I did also the Ibadan, Lagos, Abeokuta to Ibadan. It's the same thing also. The business class was also very paltry. And it was filled with people who are wearing ties and suits and lawyers and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I do believe that the time has come for differential pricing to be introduced in the railway system with an eye towards recovering the cost of debt, the borrowing that money we borrowed to build these rails.
Yeah.
And that's why we had problems with the Senate, especially in the last dispensation.
Yes.
When everything that debt comes to them, they just say approved, without querying what's been happening to the debts, how are they used, how are they going to be repaired. Now, if you look at the revenues, the news in this year, your rundown, it's not that the loans, remember, did you mention the amounts in dollars?
It was $62
million.
Yes.
Is it 2 billion naira revenues?
Well, the revenues fell, as you mentioned, to 67.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's not you look at the revenues even. The revenue at the best moments are about 800 million.
Oh, right.
Is that what's going to pay back the loans?
Got you. No, it's not enough. You need more revenues.
No, need more revenues.
Yeah.
So, but I think what happened, the loans now are paid from the central pool. Basically, appropriations from the central pool that have nothing to do with the revenues made from the train travels.
Wow.
So a lot of analysts have said that the way to control these projects is, make them commercial. As I said, if you want the social side, have the social side of the train, where people can pay the normal fares, but especially the executive side, the rest is premium. Because if you compare the cost to go to Ibadan by air, overland, or by road, or the stress, look at Lagos Ibadan Expressway,
right.
it will more than compensate for those. And so people say that we should set up sinking funds for each of these rail lines, where the revenues are appropriated and saved towards paying back these loans. Those are the kind of things that have been, we have complained about with the way the loan debt management system in Nigeria has been done.
Yeah.
I mean, they just give out they take the debts, do the projects without tying them to revenues and the way the projects are going to be run. See everything as a social function, and then from the central pool of our almighty oil revenues, we'll just be, paying off the debts.
Yeah.
That's what has been happening.
How about the matter of manual paying for tickets manually versus e-ticketing, and then
it's amazing that sometimes that people talk about impossibilities in Nigeria so easily.
Yeah.
You go to the ports, they are manually inspecting goods, for the convenience. You go to the airports, you are paying the car park manually for the convenience, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Why would the ticket, those trains, the seats have seat numbers, the seats are numbered.
Yeah.
Why can't you buy the distance online? But you have to go to the airport. So one of the days I traveled, they had to get there for almost 5:30 a.m. to the moment buy a ticket.
Wow.
And then as you go there, you start seeing touts, who are hot. I mean, all those things can be eliminated.
Yes.
So I always say that we lack rigor in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Lack rigor. Look at Lekki ports. We're just finishing them. That's what I'm remembering. You're going to cause traffic on this thing, and So, I mean, as you're building that train, you should talk about the revenue.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How to get the tickets and bundle it together with as I commissioning it. I'm not getting job or side money for people.
Exactly.
And each time, that's what's happening.
Because you can't really track the revenues, right?
I'm saying the same thing in the ports.
Right.
Some of the port people prefer, they tell you that it's better to do manual. It's not true. It's just because so that people can see, you see how they're manual, preferential posting to the ports and all those people, so digital solves problems. It can track the revenues, it can reduce leakage, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And so, as I said, the lack of rigor, the intentional lack of rigor in a lot of things that we do.
Yeah.
Some of these are very simple.
Chika, you've praised NLNG and how it is run with the private sector folks there and the dividends we've earned. Do you think, I think you said earlier, the commercial side, is that how you think, can they concession it to a private sector folks and run it? Maybe government will have a share and mimic NLNG the way it's run?
See, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. That is private sector does not mean it's going to be properly run.
Right, okay.
We have seen the discos.
Yes. Yes, we have.
Yeah, we've seen the discos, and some other ones that were pushed out to private sector and they died like that.
Yeah.
The issue is that, as I said, intentional lack of rigor. There are people who have had experience in doing things. Look at what happened now. Oh yeah, want to privatize the railway, something of Abuja, and the one of Ibadan. Companies will be cooperating today towards that project.
Yeah.
And they start looking at who and so on and who will do that. And before you know, they were awarded to one Chika Mbonu Enterprises that was just set up yesterday. As the expert now collecting revenue. No competence,
right?
No resources, no technology. I mean, that's what happens in Nigeria.
Chika, we always appreciate your breakdown of these issues. Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu, we hope to see some more improvements in our revenues and operations for real. Thank you so much.
Thank you.